All right, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3200, man. This is your boy Ike, man. I got Chris with me today, man. We're doing this is our sports update show, man. Live, man. We live up in here. How you doing, Chris, man? How's
I'm
everything
good.
going?
I'm good, man. Made it to 2024, so hey, I'm glad to kick this off. I'll be taking because my birthday is this month at the end of the month, so I'm taking PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Apple Pay, Cash, credit card, EBT all month long. So
Check the
gotta
comments,
go
man.
big.
He gonna put his info in the comments, man. Nah, cool. You had a good New Year's, man. You do anything special?
Nah, man, just sat on the couch, watch a movie, bring it in. Normally I go to church, but I didn't get to do that, so that's how I spent my New Year.
Man, I wish I probably would have went to church or went somewhere else, man. It was like a war zone over here, man. I was
Yeah, it was too. I
I was sleeping good, man. I could tell when New Year's popped off, man. They woke me up. They was shooting off everything. I see one dude say tax season must have came early. Y'all got all the fireworks this year.
I'm telling you, man, I went down the street. Was it today?
Yeah.
Earlier today, and I went down one of the streets in the neighborhood, and like the whole street, you can tell it's firework paper. They're like dust. I'm like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, we didn't do anything special. Man. I sleep New Year's, man. I'm too old for New Year's now, man. I ain't never really get into New Year's. So I slept until I got woken up, and
Yeah,
I watched football, man. That was my thing, football. It was
that's what I
disappointing
did.
football, but I watched some football. We're gonna talk about that. But before we get into that, man, I want to say that we partnered up with Grateful Apparel, man. If you go to gratefulapparel.com, man, check them out. They got some cool clothes on there, but if you use the code D3200 THE3200, man, you're gonna save 15% off, and you're gonna help us out a little bit, man. So go ahead, check out Grateful Apparel. Make sure you use the code D3200. Now back to New Year's Eve and the football games, man. College playoffs were set. We have a national championship that is set now. A lot of intricate details to talk about, man. Because I was kind of disappointed. Uh, let's first start, man. Let's start because they pissed me off today. I had some at work complaining. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about Florida State first, man. Florida State fans, after they took that 63-3 beating, they have the audacity to comment and say, see, we should have been in there. We should have been. Let me tell you, first, the Alabama Michigan game, it was a sloppy game, but it went into overtime, came down to the last play. Very good game. The Texas game went down to the wire. 6 points was the score difference. So neither game was a blowout. You got blown out by Georgia. Georgia, which I give if Georgia was saying, hey, we should have been in there, I give Georgia the credit. Like, yeah, you probably could have been in there. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
Florida State, even with however, at the protest bowl, like y'all try to call it, the protest bowl, even with if you had all your players there, I think the results would have been the same. If you had your quarterback, I give you that. If you had your quarterback, I think you could have been competitive. I think you still would have lost, but I think you would have been competitive. But with no quarterback, no way y'all was going to win, man. What you think about that, man? The Florida State, do they have the right to complain, man?
No, they don't. I mean, because I seen it where they released. I think both teams released players who weren't even playing. And I mean, Georgia's and Florida State list was like about the same amount. So I mean,
Yeah.
either way it goes, like you said, they wouldn't have won. Yeah, you would have had your quarterback or a quarterback. You probably would have had a chance. Probably wouldn't got your butt kicked by 60. But
Mm-mm.
I think, man, Georgia proved the point too to everybody, especially Florida State, everybody in Tallahassee, that y'all it shows why y'all didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, even that, they had a guy, I guess he's a Florida State fan or a student that had made a song and video, he
Yeah.
calling out the Final Four and, he used some explicit lyrics. But I mean, now I bet he at home looking stupid. You know.
Yeah, ain't no way Florida wouldn't have did anything. Florida State wouldn't have did anything different. I think it would have been a blowout. I think the games we had yesterday, although very disappointing, I think they were the best teams we had. I think they were the best 4 teams we had in the league, barring Florida State quarterback. Then now, if you had your quarterback, okay, yeah, you're gonna be in there probably number 3, number 4. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the best 4 was in there. Florida chance had no chance. Now to the games. Uh,
Which one?
Michigan, Alabama. Both looked horrible to me, man. They both look horrible, sloppy. Milroe is who I thought he was, who I've been saying he was all year. He's just not that good to me. Maybe next year, but he's not there yet. I think everybody's angry at the center, but to me, it wasn't even the center fault, man. The biggest mistake was the doggone offensive line, the rest of the offensive line. I mean, Milroe didn't have a chance to throw the ball, man. The way them boys was coming in at him, man. There was no protection at all up there. So, I mean, yeah, he messed up. The center messed up them 4 times he messed up about 5 or 6 times with them snaps. but man, the offensive line looked horrible to me. And then, I mean, Milroe, some of his passes was just, I mean, the ones that he had time to throw it, they just wasn't there. The run game wasn't really working. Nothing was working with them. and Michigan was giving them a lot of time to take over the game because they were making a whole bunch of mistakes on special teams. Was looking horrible. I mean, I know Harbaugh say McCarthy was the best quarterback to come out of Michigan, but McCarthy was looking. He wasn't looking that great yesterday. He had a couple good plays that worked out for him, but he wasn't looking all that great. The only one that I could say was looking really good was Michigan's running back. What's his name?
Blake. Let me look his name up.
Yeah, I think it started like a C, but he was the only one on their team that really stood out to me that was really, really different. I mean, their defensive line looked real good, but I don't know if their defensive line looked good or Alabama offensive line just looked really, really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I've got Michigan. Well, we'll get there to the predictions there. What you thought about the Alabama game?
Man, I'm happy actually that Alabama lost, honestly, because I'm sick of hearing Roll Tide and all this other stuff. But I mean, it was actually a good game. What I would have loved to see a Texas Alabama national championship. Yeah, too bad it didn't work out that way. But Harbaugh, man, on these comments about McCarthy, saying he's the best. I mean, you telling me the kid is better, was a quarterback than you, because Harbaugh was a quarterback in Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, just off of one game. Is he a senior this year?
I don't know if he's a senior this year.
He may be.
Yeah.
He may be going to the league. I don't know. But I mean, they really kind of did play a little sloppy. I really think Michigan could have played a lot better, cleaner game.
Yeah.
Man, that running back, he looks good.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. He looks good.
Yeah, he looked good. I think it looks so sloppy, man. And that's what I expect. That's why I hate that long break between the playoffs and the national championship. Because that long break, not playing them, what was it, 3 weeks they had off?
I think it was 2 or 3.
Yeah, them weeks off hurt. And they look like hurt. Now Washington, Texas, they came in. They look good coming in. Both teams
going touchdown.
Yeah, they look good. Second half, that's where it start to break apart. But man, they look good coming in. I say, oh, they look like they had no rust on them, which is scary. You know what I mean? And that'll bring into my prediction. The Texas. It's hard, man. Because that was my team, man.
It's hard.
The Texas Washington State game, man. It disappointed, man. I don't even want to bring up the excuses, but I mean, it is what it is, man. The referees, bro, that first half, I mean, to me, some of the referees, some of the calls that they were doing, some of the places where they were placing the ball, on one particular instance where they gave them a first down and they was clearly short. And then they tried to do it again. They tried to do it again. I think the officiating crew to me was trash. Some big questionable calls that hurt us. That hurt Texas more. Texas got way more penalties. I think Washington State only ended up with 2 penalties.
2 or 3. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah, and Texas like tripled that, man. So it wasn't even, which tells me that the referees was missing some stuff. And they was missing some holdings on a lot of calls. They were missing some holdings and a bunch of calls they missed. But that's not an excuse. You still got to outplay the teams. We made some vital mistakes, some really bad turnovers. Ewers did not adjust. I don't think Ewers ever really, a couple of his long balls he adjusted, but like some of his short passes, he didn't adjust to them. Where they were just knocking I mean, I think he got like 3 or 4 passes knocked down on some of his short passes.
He just kind of floated them like no effort. That's what makes me mad.
Yeah, which all he had to do was pump fake or, he just change up something. And he didn't. He never adjusted. He kept throwing the same ball. And they kept batting them bad boys down. I think our running backs, we got away from the run, but Blue Baxter, man, they was killing it, man. They were killing it. And we got away from it. Like I said, it was a disappointing game. Really thought we were going to make a comeback at the end because we were doing some good stuff towards the end. Just didn't happen. And then one more take, man. ESPN, bro. Let me tell you, man. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed it. But ESPN, man, don't bring your live cameras down Bourbon Street.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Don't bring your live cameras down Bourbon Street because there's people doing things for beads, man. And y'all had a little slip there, and nobody apologized for it, but y'all had a slip there, and I caught it. Y'all had a little slip there. We had a little Janet Jackson malfunction going on there on Bourbon Street. But don't bring your live cameras down Bourbon Street no more, man. Just get you some footage and record that, man. Yeah.
I don't know, man, but like other than Ewers and them bad passes that he started making to start the game off, that's what I was more pissed off about, if I can say that.
Yeah.
I'm correct myself. That's what I was more mad about.
Yeah.
And then our DBs, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Horrible.
Oh,
like, I mean, in our text group, in our chat, me and Jaleel, I'm like, dude, there's no excuse. I'm a coach.
Yeah,
I see this every week. I mean, you on scholarship. You can't tell me there's not a kid on that sideline that can cover better than number 6 was. Then what?
Yeah.
When he got beat on, he's just looking the wrong way. I'm like, oh my God.
Look, Chris, the one good defensive play that we had, where he played good defense, he tipped it up for the touchdown.
Yeah, he tipped it for the touchdown. I'm like, what?
He tipped it up and it was a touchdown. That was like the really good defensive play, but it's just bad luck.
I actually cut that game off, I think, like when it got to like a minute and like within the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan had put something in the group, and I because I cut it off and turned on the Equalizer 3 on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I said, let me cut this off and cut the game back on, check the scores. Oh, crap. And we could have won the game.
We could have won the game.
What went wrong?
I'm
not going to say Sarkisian was calling some bad plays because he really wasn't.
Yeah.
But the first play when he threw that screen, I'm like, the receivers on the left-hand side of yours are wide open.
Yeah.
You got, 20 seconds? You're going to take your chance to go deep to score. Don't throw no quick screens. You out of timeouts.
Yeah.
Then we get it, and the last play of the game, I saw a different angle. That was a pass interference. That doggone defender had his arm on that receiver's back.
Yeah.
I think the refs, man, they just kind of wanted to part of it.
Ready to go. Hey, they were party on Bourbon Street too, man. They were party.
Yeah, they was on Bourbon Street ready to go party after the game. I don't know if we got the Dallas and Lions officiating crew or the South Oak Cliff and PNG officiating crew out there, but they were horrible last night. But I'm looking for this championship game, though.
So championship game, man. We got Washington State and Michigan going, man. So who you got, man? Who's going to win the national championship? Are you watching, and who's going to win?
It's going to be a toss-up. I want to say Michigan. They just can't let Penix pick them apart with them deep passes. Because if you look at last night, every throw that he made was deep. I don't think they made a short or medium route.
He was killing them. He was cleaning them. It's hard, man. You know, Michigan looked real good sometimes this season, and sometimes this season they just look mediocre. This last game they look subpar. They look real rusty, man. We only got a week to practice. I think they'll look better. If I'm going for the best of Michigan at their best, and I'm going for looking at Washington State at their best, I'm go Washington State wins it, man. Got Washington State. So I'm pulling. I think Washington State wins it. I'm not watching because I don't care about either team. I don't like them and I don't hate them. So I don't watch college football. If it's a team I hate, I'll watch it. If it's a team I like, I'll watch it. These two teams I feel indifferent about, and it's a late night game, and I got to go to work in the morning, so I ain't watching. I choose not to watch.
Well, luckily, I won't have to go to work for another 3 days after that game. But they watched the first half.
Yeah,
and I think if Michigan win this game with all the scandals they've been having going on this year,
yeah,
they will become the college version of the New England Patriots. If they win this game.
Yeah, they overcame a lot of controversy in Michigan. So we'll see what happens, man. Let us know in the comments, man, who you picking, man, who you got. Let's move on, man. The Dallas Cowboys. We talk about controversy, man. The Cowboys-Detroit game, I think, was one of the best, most exciting endings I've seen in an NFL game. Had me pulling my hair out. I was cussing. I was screaming. I was shouting. I was excited. Like, my feelings were all over the place. Big game. Dallas won by 1 point. At the end, let's go through the configuration. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. So, right at the end, I think we had minute 45 left. Detroit marches the ball down the field, scores a touchdown. Coach Campbell decides to go for the 2. He gets it. They're celebrating. Referee throws a flag out, says the player, what was it, number 68, right?
Yeah,
was it number 60? Number 68 did not report. So they called it back. They were penalized. Coach Campbell decides you were going for 2 again. This time, Dallas intercepts it. Flag thrown on the play. Parsons crossed the line. He was offsides. They move the ball again for the 3rd time. All they needed was 1 point to tie the game. Coach Campbell said, "We're going for it again." This time they go for it. No good. Dallas wins the game. But the big controversy is on the lineman who caught the ball, number 68, reporting. The refs say he didn't. Number 70 reported. Of course, he's going to say, "I did report." You know what I mean? He ain't going to lie. It's like the Dez Bryant catch. Of course, they're going to be like, "Oh, yeah, that wasn't a catch." You ask Green Bay, "Oh, no, that wasn't a catch." Of course, they're not going to say it was a catch. But what would you think, man? What did you think about that whole sequence?
Well, I've been watching this stuff on ESPN since after the game.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think they show the angle when they're in the huddle, and you can see Jared Goff telling number 68, "Hey, go report." And apparently, and this is something I didn't even know in the NFL. I've never heard of this. Apparently, the NFL, you got to go over with the officiating crew. You got to go over every trick play and all this other stuff. And they say you got to draw it up exactly how it is, which is crazy to me. But they said that Dan Campbell had told the officiating crew, hey, at some point in this game, there's going to be a play. The number 68, whatever his last name is going to come report to you. And apparently the officials like, well, we didn't know that. So I'm like, somebody lying somewhere.
Yeah, but that's not really calling it though, man. You still got to go
really
through the motion, huh? You still got to go through the motion. I think somebody was telling me, I was watching a podcast today and they were talking about this. Like, yeah, at one of our games, our coach told them before, like, hey, if we win the toss, we're going to defer and we're going to kick this one. He told the referee before. And then when they flipped the coin, the captain called the wrong thing, and the ref was like, okay, you sure? Because he told, he corrected him then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't let him mess up, because if he would have deferred, I think they would have kicked it to the team, and then they would have kicked it to the team twice at the beginning and then at the second half.
And see, that's happened to me before too. I mean, I tell a referee before games, hey, if we win the toss, I want this. But I also make sure I tell, because I have 3 kids go out there. I tell all 3 of them, this is going to happen, so the referee don't try to trick you into saying something different.
But if he's telling them, he's just saying, like, at one play, like, how the ref's supposed to know?
Yeah, they ain't gonna know.
This is the play. This is the play. Like, nah, he didn't. And then from the video that I see, don't look like he ever walked up. Look like he walked towards the ref, and the ref went to talk to the Cowboys. Yeah, and he never talked. And he just turned around and didn't say anything. You know what I mean? So there was some bad calls. There was some questionable calls through that I didn't like. And plus, the referees cheated us the last 2 games. So I was all right. If they cheated for us or not, I was still cool. I ain't give a care. I'm like,
I say this. I wasn't expecting CeeDee Lamb to go off like that.
CeeDee Lamb went off.
And I almost made a pick with him, which I should have made. And it probably would have got me a big payout.
Man, I looked at that pick too, and I should have grabbed that on
I should have grabbed it. I said, nah, he ain't going to get it. I regretted
what
that.
You think about the one play? I didn't like that. I think that rule need to change, man, where he fumbled in the end zone, and then they just gave the ball back.
Went out of bounds in the end zone, and that rule need to be changed.
That is the dumbest rule.
As a touchback at that is crazy.
Yeah, they gave him that and a touchback. To me, I thought if you get out of bounds, I don't know. I thought if you got out of bounds, they just put you, at the 1 yard line or whatever. I did. That was just.
Yeah, that is the dumbest rule in the NFL playbook.
I think it was horrible. Like, I could say if they had a Detroit person near the ball and somewhat close to it, then I could see them giving it to him. But there was nobody. CeeDee Lamb was the only one out there, and he's reaching.
Him and the pylon.
Yeah, he's reaching for the pylon, and to me, I don't know. Like, you want the person stretching out. That's exciting when the person's stretching out for the pylon. But if I fumble it, then I'm not even going to reach for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that rule, I hated that call. I hated that rule. I hope that. It's the rule. I don't like it. I hope the NFL.
Yeah, that's a rule they need to change whenever they CBA is up or however they do their rule changes in the NFL. They need to bring it up.
Yeah. So speaking on the Cowboys, there, man, the Cowboys got. We won't even talk about it. They got the Commanders. It's a must win for the Cowboys. Cowboys need to
lose that game.
They need to beat the Commanders, or they need Philadelphia to lose in order for them to take on to win. Well, they're going to have to win either way. They're going to have to win. Yeah, they got to win, or they need Philadelphia to lose.
Who does Philadelphia play?
Philadelphia.
The Giants again?
They play the Giants again.
They might lose this one. They
I think they might. Because this Giants, man, Giants.
Tyrod Taylor is playing. They may lose this game.
Yeah, Tyrod's playing. They almost won this week against the Rams.
Yeah, I hate that they lost to the Rams.
Yeah, 1 point, man. This is a whole nother Giants than that was losing to everybody at the beginning of the year. This is a different Giants with Tyrod. And then there's a whole nother Eagles, man. Is this Eagles run done, man? We talked about it last week. And I think we all picked the Eagles to win last week, and they still lost it again to Arizona and Kyler Murray. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So we're going into the playoffs. They've lost like the last 3 games.
I think
They lost the
so.
last 4 or 5 games. 4 out of the 5 games, they lost 4 of them. Uh, I mean, going into the playoffs, should the Eagles be worried?
Yeah, because if they lose this one, they may be over in the first round or whatever they play.
Yeah, yeah. I was listening to Brandon Marshall today, and he put it out like the best I can. He's like, because the Eagles defense, they're not that good like they were last year. And he said the Eagles need to let that go. Like last year's defense, you are not last year's defense. Yeah, y'all need to find another way. Um, it I mean, Jalen is just like Dak. Like Dak needs our defense to play good to win. And no lie, I ain't even gonna lie about that, man. He's not gonna score. He can't do it by himself. He's not going to outscore teams every night by himself. And Jalen Hurts is the same way. He's not going to outscore people every weekend by himself. He can't do it by himself. He needs the defense to be great, and this defense is not great, man. They're giving away a lot of points, letting a lot of big runs, a lot of big. I mean, they're not like they were last year. Last year they was lights out. No lie, I hated it, but they were lights out last year. This year is not. It's not the same.
I don't know. It's like their offense is all Alabama players, the majority. The defense
Mm-hmm.
is majority Georgia kids. So it's like, I don't know. But they just, like you said, not the same defense from last year.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm telling you, Tyrod is starting, which I hope he is. Because you can't let little Danny DeVito or Tommy DeVito, whatever his name is, if he's starting, they ain't got
Yeah,
no chance of beating the Eagles.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then this week too, man, is different too, man. Because now do you just take second place? Do you accept second place? Rest your players, go in the playoffs healthy, or do you? Because Hurts still, to me, Hurts is still kind of limpy out there. He ain't been playing healthy for the last.
Well, I think if the Eagles lose, from
Yeah,
what I was understanding from I think the broadcast from Fox with Jimmy Johnson and everybody, I think if they lose, you go from second seed to the fifth. So if they lose, they may drop
mm,
down to the fifth seed.
yeah, and you gonna need everybody if you fifth seed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think it's a lot of playoff implications for a lot of teams.
yeah,
Cause like I know y'all are like that. Shoot, the whole division except for the Titans in the AFC South is like that. Since New Orleans beat Tampa Bay, it's a toss up with the three of us between us with Atlanta, Tampa, and New Orleans.
yeah.
So
It, it,
it's a lot going on.
if I'm being honest, I don't even want. I would rather. I would rather not get the bye. You know what I
Oh,
mean? I don't want the bye. I know that bye is supposed to be an advantage. It's supposed to be the shorter road to the Super Bowl. But to me, man, whenever I'm watching, seems like whoever got the bye week after that break, they come back. They look just like Michigan and Alabama looked yesterday. They look. You know what I mean? They look rusty or something. It's just not in it. And we every time we get the bye, we just look ridiculous when we come back in from the playoffs. So I know I want home field advantage, man, but I'd rather play week to week and just keep the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep
Keep,
your momentum going,
keep the
and
momentum going, man. That's sitting at the house, bro.
because you get a team, you get the bye week, and you play a team that's fresh coming off the wild card, and they get a hot start. They may, and it's happened before. Them teams in the wild cards be getting off a fresh start. They go deep in the playoffs,
yeah.
have a lot of upsets.
Oh yeah, yeah. Big thing, man. We talking quarterbacks, man. So is there a new best quarterback, man? Everybody been on Mahomes, since Brady left. Everybody been on Mahomes saying he's the best. They calling him baby goat. You know what I mean? They calling him baby goat and
He's still on
everything, man.
this level.
But Lamar came in and killed Miami with 5 touchdowns, 5 passing touchdowns. I don't think he really ran the ball either. 5 passing touchdowns. Look, he's beat Miami, one of the best teams in the AFC, probably second best now that Baltimore beat them. He's beat the best team in the NFC. He beat San Francisco. He's beat Seattle. He's been giving butt whippings
people.
Quietly. They've been giving butt whippings out there. He's been doing it for the Ravens, even though the Ravens was about to get rid of him at the beginning of the season. He's come through with he's got the weapons, Zay Flowers, OBJ. He's got all the weapons now. He's killing it. So is he? We ain't even got to talk MVP, man, because right now, Bourne, he do throw 5 interceptions next week, which I don't even think he's going to play next week because they don't have to. But Bourne, he do something ridiculous next week, bro. He's going to win the MVP this year. But is he the best quarterback in the league right now? Is he better than? We got to compare him to Mahomes. Mahomes supposed to be the best. Is he better than Mahomes?
I would say he's up there. He just got to catch up as far as championships. But Lamar's out there trying to prove a point. I think not to just Baltimore to pay that man, but everybody. Because you look at, he's getting ready to be a free agent. Cleveland passed up on him.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, we ain't taking. He wanted to come to Atlanta. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah. We
didn't take him. All the other teams that wanted him, they didn't take a shot on him. But I think he's out to prove a point, and he will. I say this: he deserves to be MVP this year. I don't care what nobody say.
I think he proved the point, man. If last year, I think he was hurt last year. Last year they went through Huntley. They had Huntley and a couple other different quarterbacks last year. He was hurt last year, and he was hurt because he had to keep running. Now that he's got them weapons, a young Zay Flowers. OBJ. This might be it for OBJ, but OBJ. Andrews is hurt, but he's got the weapons to throw to now. I think he's proved the point. Like, hey, you put the right people around me, I can win it, man. I don't know, man. Look, Mahomes. I put Mahomes' record out there and who he's beaten, who he's lost to. If you looking at the record and the teams that Lamar has beat, it's no question in my mind that right now, in this very moment, Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. Put out there Cleveland.
Because who knew Flacco was going to play like he been playing?
Hey, those two teams are probably the two teams I don't want to play in the playoffs because they sneaky good. Baltimore was sneaky good too, but the cat's out the bag with this last one and how they destroyed, how they destroyed San Francisco and how they destroyed Miami. The cat's out the bag. Everybody looking for them. But Cleveland and Detroit, Mr. Roy, I agree with you. They are them sneaky good teams. And I would add one more to it. I'll add one more. And Chris, you might disagree with me on this one. I'll add Buffalo.
Yeah.
They are sneaky good. Buffalo at home.
In the playoffs, Buffalo is dangerous.
Buffalo at home in the playoffs, dangerous. They're just so up and down. But when they're up, now this is the same. We'll see it this week. Buffalo also destroyed Miami. Remember, they scored the 50 on them. They scored get rich or die trying on. They scored 50 on Miami. You know what I mean? So those three teams, I'll add one more to your list. Buffalo, Detroit, Cleveland. Those are teams I don't want to see in the playoffs because they sneaky good. And the thing about sneaky good is you go into them games, teams go into the games overconfident. And then they get their head smashed in. So they sneaky good. And Joe Flacco, I was laughing. It was like, yeah, Joe Flacco, the same guy that was sleeping on the sidelines like a year ago, man. Hey, he's
Joe trying to get home. He said, I'm trying to beat your butt and go home, go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is the thing. This question I got for you, Mr. Roy. Cleveland, they go all the way. They go far. I ain't going to say they go all the way because I still don't got them going to the Super Bowl or with it. It could happen, but I don't. You got to go.
No, don't. I got a coach on my staff. The Browns.
But Cleveland gets far. Cleveland gets far in the playoffs. Do you sign Deshaun Watson next year? or do you move on?
That's a good question.
What you do, Chris? You coach Chris. What you do, man?
Yeah, but I ain't a GM of no team. I ain't got to worry about this position. I don't know, man. I would move on from it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what, he's been hurt, well, last year he had to sit out, but
yeah.
Even when he's in Houston, he was hurt. So, I mean, you just move on.
Yeah, I think you move on to. He hadn't the games that he played this year. He's had some good games, but he hadn't showed me that hey, we need him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's so many quarterbacks coming out. This is going to be a good quarterback pick coming out this draft this year. Yeah, and it might be some moving. We're going to jump on that real quick, but it might be some moving in one of the cities, man, for a quarterback, man. But with all of them quarterbacks coming out and all the movement going around, you still got a Russell Wilson out there, which I would like to see him in Pittsburgh. But you got Russell Wilson out there. You don't know what's going to happen with him. You got a few other quarterbacks. Brady might make a comeback. We don't know.
You never know with him. Yeah, I'm going to come back. Bakers, don't sit out.
Yeah, I'll move on. I would move on from Watson, man. I like Watson as a quarterback, but I don't think he's been a difference maker in Cleveland, man. And shoot, you're gonna have to. I mean, what you gonna have to pay him? You already gave him all this guaranteed money. Like, what you gonna have to pay him now?
I forgot how much they paid him, but
it's crazy.
I wouldn't take that risk of messing up. If I'm a GM, I ain't gonna put the organization in the hole behind that. He hadn't done nothing for us.
Yeah. I got we was talking about quarterback moves now. So Carolina's the worst team in the NFL. They're supposed to get the number one pick. So they made a trade last year with Chicago. So Chicago's getting the number one pick. And here's my question. And Terry, you could answer this one too. With that pick, you got Caleb Williams, you got Bo Nix, you got probably Penix, probably Ewers. You got a bunch of good quarterbacks coming out the draft. Do you move on from Justin Fields and grab you a number one quarterback, or do you what's your move? What's your move? What pick you think? What should Chicago do with that number one pick?
I'm gonna tell you now, they ain't taking a quarterback. Justin Fields don't even want to be in Chicago. I'm telling you. I'm drafting him and I'm getting rid of him. Like I'm telling Atlanta, whoever our GM is, Terry Fontenot or whatever his name is, you go trade for Justin Fields, or you go get us another quarterback in free agency. Because Desmond Riddler is not the answer. He is not the answer. I'm telling you, I've been a Falcons fan since Mike Vick, since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
That dude is not the answer.
Yeah, Justin Fields wants
Chicago
to come home.
Take a quarterback.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams don't want to go there, but who knows?
Yeah. Penix, he say Penix going to pick Michigan. But I agree with you, Mr. Terry. I would, if I'm a GM of Chicago, man, I think Fields is a great quarterback. I think he can do great. He just don't have the pieces around him.
You don't fit that system either.
Yeah. So my thing is, hey, do you start over with a new quarterback, or do you keep, you know what I mean? You start over, if you get a new quarterback, you're starting all the way over from the beginning again. You know what I mean? Or if you want to win right now, I keep Justin Fields. I get Harrison as number one to give him a threat, a deep threat. And then I look for somebody like an OBJ, a receiver a great receiver on the back end to kind of mentor Harrison up a little bit, which Harrison won't need a lot of mentorship because he got his dad.
He got his daddy.
He got his dad. But I go after Harrison, put Harrison and Justin Fields together, maybe get an offensive line, work on your offensive line a little bit, and I think Chicago will be right there in the running with that. So, me personally, if Fields don't want to be there, I wouldn't keep him there. But me personally, if it's my team, I'm going after Harrison, number one pick. Give Fields some weapons, man.
Yeah. And I agree with Mr. Terry. He should be the number one pick.
I think if it's up to Chicago, if they're gonna keep
two,
Fields, he's the number one pick. But they're gonna have to pay Fields. I think Fields is up on his rookie contract now. So they're gonna have to pay Fields too. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay Fields. I think
this was like the last year on their rookie contract.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay Fields.
If they don't franchise tag him in Chicago or I take it back. If they don't get rid of Justin Fields, they're gonna franchise tag him probably.
Yeah.
Just to keep him there.
But I can't wait, man. This draft is gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a lot of moving around and a lot of trades. It's gonna make it interesting. Like
I mean, just free agency too alone, other than the draft too. Like you say, with all these quarterback situations. I mean, just look at it. I hold division with exception of Tampa, because they loving Baker out there. I don't know what he's doing, but they love Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay.
Baker is finding a way.
I mean, Carolina got Bryce Young.
Yeah.
But you still got New Orleans. They don't know who to keep at quarterback, whether they want Jameson or Derek Carr in. So they need New Orleans need a whole nother system. They need a new coach, new stadium, new everything out there.
Yeah.
We need a better quarterback. Like you say with Russell Wilson, we don't know what Denver gonna do.
Yeah, I think Russell is done. It's just where he gonna go.
Oh yeah, he's done because they gonna cut him in March. Because he don't. I wouldn't give up that $39 million guaranteed either.
No. And I think there's some lawsuits and some other stuff going on with that. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait for it. Let's go. Let's talk, man. One little quick one. Got a couple more minutes here. David Tepper, owner of the Panthers, man. They're not just having a losing season. Things get worse. He tossed a drink. He got angry. I don't know what words were exchanged in between the two, but he got angry at a Jaguars fan this week and tossed a drink on him. And the NFL, I'm looking on it now. The NFL had just decided to fine him $300,000. That's the most expensive beer. That's the most expensive Corona ever. That Corona costs $300,000. I mean, but is that the right punishment, man? Is that a good punishment for Tepper?
$300,000, man. You talking about a billionaire? That's like a slap on the wrist, man. Because I mean, at the same time, I understand what the NFL did by finding him and trying to hold him accountable. Because you're an owner, you're a businessman.
Yeah.
You know, you held to certain, you expected to, conduct yourself as a businessman.
Yeah.
But I don't care. If I'm a billionaire, it's nothing a fan can say, especially if you're in my stadium or my team I own. It's nothing you can say to me that's going to get underneath my skin. I'm going to throw a beer on you.
Yeah.
I'm just let you run your mouth and just keep going. I'm going to just ignore you. But man, if I was that fan, I'd sue you. What's the name of their stadium? America Stadium or whatever. It'd be changed to my name on there.
Yeah, man. I think $300,000 wasn't enough. I mean, NFL got to do something better against owners. Even like Robert Kraft when he got in trouble with the massage parlors.
That was crazy.
You know what I mean? With the massage parlors. Now you see, I think how the NFL punishes the players is way different than what they punish the owners.
More harsh than they do the owners.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson got in trouble with massage parlors, and he was gone a half season. Robert Kraft got in trouble. I don't even think he got fined or anything, huh?
I don't think he got fined either. I think he was down in Florida trying to get Tom Brady back. That's what he's trying to do.
So even with this, man, imagine one of those players throwing a drink on a fan, and what would have happened? You know what I mean? They would have wanted to suspend him the rest of the year, fine him. They would have threw the book at him, man.
Take a lesson from Ron Artest and Steven Jackson and the Indiana Pacers.
Oh yeah. So to me, I think $300,000 is not enough. I think public apology, some community work. I mean, they can't do it, but in my eyes, you should lose some draft picks or something. You know what I mean? You got to find a way to.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to hurt these owners too, because that little money ain't gonna hurt him. He ain't worried about that. 300,000 is nothing.
It's like $300 to him.
Yeah, it ain't nothing to him. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, he gonna get sued. And
Goodell needs to, and that's another thing. I think we need another commissioner in the NFL because Goodell works my nerve. You soft. They need to do like the NBA did. What was the Clippers owner? They got in all that trouble with the women.
Yeah.
Make them sell the team. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So the NFL can definitely take a lesson from the NBA about these owners.
That might make him happy though, man. If somebody told me I had to sell the Panthers, man, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Make me richer. That's it.
Yeah. Life would be a whole lot easier. Oh man. Really look, check out the bottom of my screen, man. Check out the bottom of the screen. You got my picks on there, man. I'll tell you, if you're looking at my picks, you're gonna wonder why I got like Pittsburgh beating the Ravens. I've got some weird picks out there, but it's a reason for the madness. And the reason is week 18. People are going to be resting. The teams that have nothing to lose this week, they're going to be resting some players. So we might not even see Lamar hit the field, or we might see him hit one quarter and rest. So that's my picks on the bottom. But we got a couple interesting games we want to talk about, man. Real quick, man, we got one big one. The Texans and the Colts, they're in the same division. They got the same record. I think there's a 3-way tie right now between
the Jaguars.
Yeah, them and the Jaguars, man. So this game is going to have some big implications. I went with the CJ Stroud to be back, but I still got the Colts winning, man. CJ to miss 2 weeks, man. He's going to be a little rusty in the beginning. I got the Colts winning that one, man. Who you got on that one, Chris?
Well, I don't know, because week 18 is a little iffy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride with Houston with that one.
Riding with Houston on that. Another big one.
They're playing in Houston or Indianapolis?
Indianapolis.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
The Colts might win that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Colts on that one. Hopefully I ain't wrong.
Another big one, man, with some high implications. You were talking about it earlier. Your Atlanta Falcons going against the Saints there. Who you got on that there, man? Yeah. Who you got? That one got some implications on it. The Falcons need it, right?
Shoot, we all in the Falcons, New Orleans, and Tampa. Because since Tampa lost to New Orleans, the winner. It's a funny situation. I think we need to win, and Tampa got to lose too. We beat the Saints, Tampa lose, we'll win the division or something like that. It's a weird situation going on.
Yeah, but Tampa played the Panthers.
Yeah, we know Tampa gonna win. I don't know, man. Tyler Heineke's been playing good, so
yeah.
I guess I'm gonna ride with us. Because I hate the Saints. That's the only reason why. So I'm going to ride with us, I guess.
All right, Chris going with the Falcons. I think, let me look at the bottom of the screen. I can't remember who I picked. I think I picked the Falcons too.
You did.
Yeah, I picked the Falcons too, man. I got the Falcons going. And then we got the Bears and the Packers in Green Bay. That's another big one there. That one's got some implications behind it there. I think I went with Green Bay on that one because it's hard winning in Green Bay.
It is. Especially in cold weather up there.
Yeah. I got Jordy Love. That's who you got. You picking Green Bay too?
Yeah. Let's see if I can find the matchup. Yeah, because the Bears gonna lose. I ain't got faith in the Bears.
Yeah, and then the last big one there, be a division game, man, going into the playoffs. And we could see this again in the playoffs, man. We've got the Bills coming off a win, the Dolphins coming off that huge loss. I think this one's going to be for their division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever wins this one wins the division. Buffalo and Miami. And I think I went with the who did I go with? I went with Miami on that one. It's hard for me to see Miami losing 2 in a row. Who you got on that one?
And they playing
the Bills last time, and I put out there, I said it earlier, the Bills last time beat them by 50 points, I believe. They put a 50 on them. Who you got on that one?
I think I'm gonna go with Miami because Miami been on a hot streak here.
Yeah, before last weekend.
They've been playing before last week. They've been ripping people apart, and I gotta give it to them. They healthy, they can play. Offensive side of the ball, when they all healthy, they putting up numbers. Shucks, Tua, he getting the ball out of his hand as soon as he get the ball from the center. Saying like, I'm gonna go with Miami.
The only thing that's gonna hurt Miami, they're gonna have to use some other running backs. Mostert, he's been the big guy. I think he's hurt, and then they lost Chubb too. Chubb has been killing. I ain't gonna lie, Chubb been a beast this year, and I think he tore his Achilles up, so they won't have Mostert or Chubb, and then they already had a defensive end missing, so they got to readjust their whole defense, which their defense hadn't been. I mean, their defense has been okay, but the big part about Miami is what has always been their offense and how they move the ball. So that's going to be a big difference maker. I think that was going to be high scoring, man. It should be high scoring game. So that's what we got in for our picks, man. That's it, man. That's all we got for the show today, man. Hey, we want to thank y'all for watching today. Like I said, make sure you go ahead and click that like, share, and subscribe button, man. We need y'all on here, man. We need y'all support, man. Just give us a little support. Even and if you're watching on YouTube, man, hit that bell, ring the bell, get notified, man. We throw videos out all the time, so you can get notified when we're putting out new content and you can get it out there when we put it out there. Once again, man, we want to thank y'all all for watching the show. Chris, man, you had any last words?
Not a happy new year to everybody. I hope everybody get their year starting off how they want to. And everybody say they going to the gym for their New Year's resolution. Y'all lying. So stop lying to people every year.
I'm going back, man. I gotta get over this injury, man. I'll be back.
So I'm actually getting back in there, So I've been doing some stuff at home. So I just gotta get back in the gym for real.
Hey, man, we appreciate everybody for watching, man. We'll see y'all next time. Happy New Year. We'll see y'all next time here on the 3200.
3200, but you already know this. You know it. Couple of brothers hard working and focused. Let's go. Intellectual, entertaining for